over the last year or so, the orbits, my circles of associates around me, my inner circles, have been adjusted rather violently. I have dropped two males that I've known for a long time from my inner circle. One I've removed and one I've sort of put on notice. Both of these men judged me. And I won't tell you what they charged me with. It hurts too much. Because I know it was their wives poisoning their minds. And now the first man has no male friends left that come to visit him. But he has three dogs and two cats, and he has her. And she has him all to herself. And she's a member of the fellowship too. So I give her no mercy. I judge her. And I find her guilty of usurping another soul's life so that she may drink from it. That soul to fill her void. No children. She had no children. And that probably explains all the dogs and cats and her insecurities. She's seen to it that her husband has no male friends now to speak of. Oh, I've watched it over the years. I was the last to go. Oh, she worked to undermine me, to make me look bad in his eyes. And she finally succeeded. And so I withdrew and removed him from my inner circle. Took the blame, wrote a glowing email. I'm good with the written word. How apologetic I was to interfere with their lives and their marriage. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, my mother wouldn't please. It was drippy. And I did it for his marriage, to protect him, because I love this man. And I realized that I cannot compete against his wife. Nor should I. He can have her. The second man's of a very different nature. His wife is much younger, and her insecurities crucified me. Her imagination crucified me. And the boy is like a son to me. He got in. She got in. Finally. Yeah, and the day I caught him. Charged him with something, and I was like, and then all the bricks came tumbling down, and I saw everything, and I laid it out right in front of him. How it happened, why it happened, why we find ourselves here right now. And this young man just stood there and looked at me. Because he knew it was the truth. It's easy when you're old, and you've been there, and you've done that, and you've seen it, and you wrote a book about it. And so I sort of put him on, I grounded him. Not really on my inner circle anymore. He's real close, but he's not on my inner circle. Not until he can compartmentalize his life, that of his home life with his wife, and of his that of visiting his adopted father, if you will. Yep, but there's one man that's never judged me in this last year. Many changes I've gone through. Never charged me with drinking alcohol or being a pedophile. That's the one that hurts. It's the second one. A dirty old man. That's the one that really hurt. Good Brita. Strained well water. There it is. Poof. Like I said, in other audios, I don't know how kidney stones work, but there's minerals in that water, and I'm straining it out because, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people trying to pass kidney stones. That don't look fun at all. How much drugs do we have in this emergency? Can I have more? Make it somebody else's pain. The pain will still be there, but just make it somebody else's. Yeah, he's never judged me. This is a man who I believe his father beat him to the point of concussing him more than one occasion. He's on a lot of meds. He's on head meds. I've known the boy for years. This other man, the primary character in this tale, the one who did not judge me. When I try to broach the subject, I hate that word, broach it in that context. When I try to open the subject, when he clams up like he's drawing the gate up, on the drawbridge. Just boom, man, the hatches get battened down and everything circle wagging and the defenses go up, and that's how I'm pretty certain his father is a taboo. It's an off limits subject. This drunk old retired, I say drunk, I don't know I think he drinks a lot though, his father. Living down in Florida or something, and whatever his father says is gospel. Yeah, that kind of adds to it, see, for me. My suspicions. You could definitely say this man, he marches to a different drummer. Nobody knows where his drummer's at either, but he marches to it. He's different. How they whisper to me, he's strange. They'll say, he's strange. And I'll just look at the person looking at me and I'll smile and I'll say, yeah, he's different. And they'll want to say, but unlike you, he's not judging me like you're judging him. Judge not lest ye be judged. Yeah. The story of the teacher and the rock. This was imparted to me in an AA meeting. Boy, the stuff you can learn in there, in both principle and story and format. One of the fellows comes in and they have a story to tell, and they're telling about the teacher starting class, and in the class, the teacher has one student, and the student is a stone. It's a rock. And the teacher begins to set out to teach this rock everything you could possibly know about a human being, from the DNA on up. A whole semester. And at the end of the semester, at the end of the class, the 3-credit course, the teacher gives the stone a final. And that rock just boom, blows that test. I don't even think they got an answer right. And so this parishioner, this fellow, summates with, now, how did he word it? If God were to sit down and teach you everything that there is to know about God himself, do you think you could absorb that? If it didn't just destroy you, do you think you could absorb that? That's the difference between the genius at 170 and the SMIB. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a SMIB too. Wouldn't you like to be a SMIB too? At say 100 or 110. That person with an IQ whatever that is, of 100 or normal, baseline, or 110, I'd be willing to bet she is much more apt to find God than that person with 170 IQ. As a rule. As a rule. As a population. Statistics. Mode, median, and mean. As a rule. The fancier you find yourself, the more jeopardy you may find yourself in. What's it boil down to? Come on. Come on. I've been working with us. We've been working together. What's it boil down to? Really, any good feeling that you have about yourself? What's it boil down to? Pride. At the end of the day, when you blow through all the wrapping paper and you get down through all the shit and you get down to the little thing, the widget in the box, what is it? It's pride. Makes you feel good. It's like a drug. Yeah. Oh, you're so erudite. Look at you. You're all that. Whew. Awesome. Wonderfully and fearfully made, 'tis true. Alpha gal be damned. I can handle dried beef. Ha ha! Lone Star tick, kiss my butt. Okay, I want to summate with something. Wait a minute. We're good here. It's like just barely 12 minutes. Soda rock. You don't judge. Come on, I had a good summation. Don't make me re-record this. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Yeah, so I mean, I sat in a meeting, and I'll close with this. The little lisper, she was so cute. Bless her pea-picking heart. Her pea-picking heart. The proverbial smib. She was called on. She had this little lisp. Almost want to say Down syndrome looking kind of girl. Oh, how heartless is that of me? Oh! I mean, because I knew she wasn't Down syndrome, but she kind of looked like it. She looked simple. She talked simple, had a lisp, real plain, real simple. Simple rock. Certainly not 170, not genius, not even Mensa. Not on my level even. I'm in the 140s. I must be smart. This girl's got to be plain. Plain Jane. And it was so cute, too. She was called on. I forget the topic du jour, the formal topic. It was just, I have a God box. And when I have a problem, I write it down on a piece of paper. She said, and I put it in my God box, and I give it to God. And I sat there in my chair, and I thought, again, bless y'all, pig finger heart. You little simpleton, isn't that cute? You got, and I stopped, and I sat up straight in the chair, and the Holy Ghost, like that steel rod, came through my spine and sat me up erect. Ish. Not fully, but I was upright in the chair when shoulders were back. No, they weren't. I was sitting up in the chair like a good student. And the voice said to me, yeah, I'll bet you get drunk before she does. And I need to tell you, I remained sitting upright in that chair. And I hung on every word that came out of that young lady's mouth afterwards. How does the expression go? The bigger they come, the harder they fall. If you attempt to walk a simple pole life with the God of your understanding and don't fancy yourself too much, you'll never have to fall too hard.